Hey, Shalom Akim,
Also waging a new
Yabashim Shabrak, thanks, Brother Menashe, DC Camp, here with another lesson, just like Akim, I'm just going to go ahead and play this video real quick.
Twitter.
So, it's, that time that we're coming into, the falling apart of Babylon, because the Messiah talks about, about putting that lying spirit, among the elites, to confuse them, to turn their rulership into a rulership of roubles, So, always, beautiful thing, to always say, Kahala Yabashima Shah, because salvation is already around the corner. It's that close, brothers could feel it, you could smell it, it's just like that sweet fragrance, So, the elders and apostles have been talking about this for a long time, So it's a beautiful thing, man, that you see the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai coming to pass. The faith of brothers is being boosted up. Brothers doing live shows. Brothers, doing the marketplace sessions, walk and talks. Heading out to different sites around the world just to bring the scriptures, to the elect, spread out to the four corners of the earth. And it's an honor to do this work. So I would also like to say, dub honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of our great millstone and the sincere Akim, doing the work of Yahweh Shimei Shai without reservation, and all diligence and honesty. So, hey, Babylon's apart, things falling apart. So, hey, things fall apart. And just play this quick clip and I'll bring out some precepts.
War with one of the most powerful Republicans in the Senate, blaming Tennessee's Bob Corker for negotiating the Iran nuclear deal and saying Corker doesn't have the guts to run for re-election. Corker firing back, calling the White House an adult daycare center. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega with the tensions inside the president's own party.
In President Trump's line of fire tonight, one of his own. After Republican Senator Bob Corker last week made this jab.
Secretary Tillerson, Secretary Mattis, and Chief of Staff Kelly are those people that help separate our country from chaos.
Today, the president fired back in a no-holds-barred Twitter punch, saying Senator Bob Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election in Tennessee. I said no, and he dropped out, said he could not win without my endorsement. Hence, I would fully expect Corker to be a negative voice and stand in the way of our great agenda. Didn't have the guts to run. Corker's office disputes the president's claims, saying the president is the one who offered the endorsement. And the senior senator who recently announced he will not seek re-election responded by going where most Republicans refuse to go, tweeting, "It's a shame the White House has become an adult daycare center. Someone obviously missed their shift this morning." It's not just members of the president's own party. He's also taking aim at a member of his own cabinet. In the wake of a report that Rex Tillerson called his boss a moron and threatened to resign, President Trump said of his Secretary of State,
"We disagree on a couple of things. Sometimes I'd like him to be a little bit tougher. But other than that, we have a very good relationship."
At the center of their disagreement, whether to negotiate with North Korea, and the president issuing another vague threat about the...
Yes, that's it, So I'm going to bring out a quick precept and Lord willing, I'll get some more. So this is the book of Proverbs chapter 13, verse 10. He says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. The wisdom of these Edomites is failing them, because, the Most High is breaking down their fortitude, their intentional fortitude. The Messiah is just confusing them, and their enterprise is falling apart. So, the pride that these Edomites have, man, is deceiving them at an alarming rate. They're bugging out, So the Messiah is letting that contention, come to the top, man. It's all bubbling out. You hear about folks getting groped by the so-called Hollywood industry or entertainment mogul, Mr. What's his name, Mr. Weinstein. So it's It's what the Messiah is doing to Babylon, man. This place is falling apart. It's only a matter of time. Folks are gonna see the actual results, man. Because when martial law hits, the economy collapses. Folks that fighting left and right for scraps. Gunshots here and there. It's gonna be too late for folks, to get themselves together. This journey is only for the elect to make it true. And pray that brothers, continue to hold on, to the faith that they have in Yahweh Shai. I hear about Secretary of State calling Trump a moron. That's that that's a big travesty right there, man. Who among the disciples would have the balls to call Yahweh Shai a moron? Those that did it, they know what the end was. So it's a good thing to understand that the Messiah is tearing this place apart, man. This place got to go. Salvation is on its way. Yahweh Shai already promised to come deliver us. So we just got to hold on. So I got some more precepts to bring out. It's also in the book of Proverbs, chapter 23. Actually, Proverbs chapter 21, verse 6. It says, "The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity, tossed to and fro of them that seek death." So, the rulership of these Edomites, man, is based on, a lying tongue, man. Got to lie their way to the top, deceive the whole nation. The book of Revelation talks about that, deceiving of the nations by the serpent, the great whore, So it's gonna be terrible, man. The ending is gonna be devastating, man. It's gonna be messed up for these Edomites, man, because the word is already getting out that that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Holy Scriptures talks about, and they have the fulfillment of prophecy, So it's a great thing, man. It's very amazing to see the prophecies come to pass. Folks can't deny it. They could close their eyes, shut their ears down, try to silence the truth, but hey, it's not going to happen. The word of Yahweh Shai got to come to pass. So I read that Proverbs chapter 21, verse 6. "The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity, tossed to and fro of them that seek death." Alright, so the treasures of Esau, man, it's not going to be stable. His kingdom is very unstable. That's the way the Most High set it up, the 10 toes, part iron and part clay, until the great millstone shows up and smashes it to the ground, along with the other kingdoms. And every other kingdom that was built upon, the foundation of Esau's philosophy is going to fall down with it too. So that's a beautiful thing that Yahweh Shai got to put things back in perspective. So the treasures of the rich, is vanity, man. Doesn't have that lasting presence, doesn't have that staying power. Alright, and this is a book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Brothers, bear with me, Akim. Yeah, I could bring out more precept. I just gotta keep this brief. Alright, so it says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." Alright, so it's all vain, it's all vanity, Alright, and then in verse 6 says, "Though his excellency mount up to the heavens," alright, "and his head reacheth unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him." So World War III is already on the verge, man. politicians arguing amongst each other, so it's only a matter of time that, division is going to come to the top, man. You're going to hear about politicians getting smoked left and right because you know how it is with Esau society, man. You got to trim the fat, so just like the whole false flag operations, assassination of presidents in the past, planes going down, folks dying of heart attacks and strokes and all that madness. Hey, it's going to happen, man. These politicians are not exempt. They all joined the club, so they got to pay the price.
One thing that will work with Pyongyang.
Well, you'll figure that out pretty soon.
And he's still refusing to clarify that ominous message he delivered while surrounded by his top military brass.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm. What's the storm?
Clarify your calm before the storm coming.
That's right. So, you ought to give it a code word there, the storm, man. So, the men of the Lord already know what the storm is about, man. The falling apart. You gotta shake the tree, because when that storm comes around, whatever is not nailed to the ground or secured properly, it's gonna get swept away, man. So, it's the power of Yahweh Shema Shai that a so-called storm gotta come, and the so-called folks you see in the background cheesing and having a nice time with their wives in front of them, same folks you gotta go, retrieve out of the bunkers, man. To serve captivity and to get their ultimate judgment. So Yahweh Shema Shai didn't make his promise in vain, Yahweh Shai talks about, seeing, Lucifer, the so-called white man, his society, his political structure, his power structure, fall as lightning from heaven. His excellency is going to be torn down.
Nothing to clarify.
Okay, nothing to clarify. Cecilia Vega joins us live from the White House. Back to that feud between the president and Republican Senator Bob Corker. That could create problems for the president's agenda going forward.
Yeah, Corker is on the powerful Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's on the Budget Committee. He will be essential to President Trump on issues like tax reform and Iran. Not a vote this president can afford to lose, Tom, as he struggles to pass his own agenda here in Washington.
Cecilia Vega for us at the White House tonight. Cecilia.
Yep, so that's the problem, with Babylon. The infighting is gonna come to the forefront, man. It's gonna be terrible when you have the civil war happening in Babylon. Just like what you have happening in Spain. The folks in the province of Catalan, they wanna secede. So it's gonna happen here in America, man. That spirit of confusion. It's gonna be driven out, man. Folks want to go their own way, So it's the power of Yahweh Shema Shai at work. Folks can't deny it, So I always want to say, Kahala Yahweh Shema Shai, and double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for giving us this knowledge. So it's a beautiful thing, man, to see the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You can't deny it, you can't ignore it, it's right in your face. Shalom Akim.